Welcome to a Thrumbles video review. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Welcome to another Thrumbles video review, and today we're going to look at a box, because I have the box. It is going to be Infernac Universe Magneous Transformers Legacy United. And he's a deluxe class. He's actually the box art. I love it. I love all this art on these boxes. It's absolutely amazing. There's all your part layouts, and let me tell you, robot mode and Magneous face. I do like it. These guys are coming out really, really good. However, there is one issue that we're going to get into right now, and zoom a little so we can do one of these. He has vents on his knees, really great sculpted detail, and they did miss the mark on a lot of these spots where they could have hit it with a little bit of red paint to make him kind of magma pop. His bumper shoulders and his magna face here. I mean, he does look really menacing, and I do like how they have like kind of like a pseudo Decepticon kind of thing going on with his forehead pieces. But the issue I have, starting off with articulation right off the bat here, his head is like, you can't even go that far with it. You can't get a 360 because that square panel on the back that just bumps his chin, if I turn it just so far, his chin hits and stops. Right there. So he cannot get a 360, but good lord, his head is quite super stiff. You have universal out on the arm. You have universal swivel of the arm because, again, 5mm port. You have 90 degrees bend on the elbow. You have wrist swivel because it is on a ball joint because the transformation goes inward, which is awesome. Need to start using ball joints for the wrists with good tolerances. This way, you can get your swivel and your bend for transformation. However, if they just put a little bit of a for sword carriers, it'd be nice. Now, he has a waist swivel, no ab crunch, unfortunately, like the other one did as a surprise. He does have this very skinny waist thing going on with this big, huge diaper. He has backward that far, forward that far, 90-degree bend, and then some for his leg. He has way up foot for transformation, but it's usable for articulation. He has ankle tilt, slightly side to side. Careful, because this whole entire shin panel comes off because it's part of the gimmick. However, this one was off, and I thought it was missing, but it actually, while I was in the store, found it in the box, which these panels do come off quite easily. But that comes off way too easily, plus it's a lighter shade of gray than the rest of them, so it kind of sort of like doesn't grade very well. It's just like shade change. And again, like I said, careful of this because this comes off for the gimmick. Now let's get into his weapons. Actually, let's get into his other armor pieces. Yes I did, because the sculpting will match this way. I just put them upside down. That's all I did. It's fine. He's got these winglets that you can put on the back of his arms. Yay, back of his arms. Now, this bothered a lot of people, but it's in the instructions. If you take this, turn it over, use that port, that peg right there, and just go and turn it over. They made their own gap fillers. Now that's cool. Downside, they left the back of his head with a smiley face hollow. Not cool. Hollow heads aren't condoned unless there's a gimmick to involve the actual hollowness of the head. But cover it. Come on. 2024. We're not that cheap. He has his pickaxe. And he comes with his shield, which technically most of the time just goes and stays there. However, let's take a look at it really quickly. It does have some beautiful silver trim around this mesh wiring thing, and the top. Fold his shield kind of like so, but it looks derp as hell. So what I do is I cheat the actual arm a bit, curve his hand kind of backwards and kind of wrenched up a little bit, with it arm down like so. He can actually hold it, and it looks dynamic doing it. You know, yeah, I've got to cheat a little bit, but I'm not going to complain. He does have the weaponizer gimmick, armorizer, whatever. Let's rip him apart. A rock. He's a brick. He just does his job over here. Just there. Now, with all these parts, you can primarily kind of sort of do what we did before. And voila! Starscream has got every part on him. Magneous is an actual awesome figure, don't get me wrong. The play feature's a little naff and a little weird, you just gotta find the right figures to work with. Great features in vehicle mode. So we're gonna get posing first. Transformation. Taking this thus piece back here and sticking it there. So now it's in the back of the arm and drop it in the floor. Wasn't hot. Was not hot. So this way when you put it back, again like I showed before, it kind of makes a cohesive setup there. Do the same on the other side. Now you can leave the shield slash backpack right where it is, straighten out his head, make your fingers bleed again. Take the X out, set it aside. Weapons parts forming. Believe it or not, this is not really crucial for anything other than a weapon. I mean, it does connect to things to make a weapon, to make another weapon, but it's not like other toys where you lose it, you're screwed. Alright, now, the instructions say flail out his arms all the way. Nay, you will break something. You gotta pop it up just a little bit to bring up this whole chest section on a dual hinge down in here and up here to rock that hinge and that hinge up and then snap it into place. If you do it by bringing this all the way out, you're going to snap this whole entire outer frame right here hard. Now you're going to leave his arms down like this. You're going to bring out his chest wheels until they into place, then roll his head right in. Now you're going to kind of sort of something, you're going to, with the hands, you're going to rotate the hand, so the fist is pointing thumb at you, and then push the wrist in. The wrist is going to fold, here we go, kind of sort of, this whole panel mess is going to land right against here. So this top part's going to go against here, rocking this whole thing in an L shape. Tetris fans, you know what I mean. So we're going to bring down this whole arm as it's sitting with this little lip of the rock on the outside of this thing of the door, and then slam that in. So the wrists are here of the forearm, but the hands are actually bent backwards over here. Now with the legs like this, you're going to have a tab and a slot and a tab, slot, tab and slot. And we're going to just slam, and then with the feet as well, you're going to tab everything. And the instructions tell you to tab everything together when the feet are on top of his shins. Don't do that either. I tried that, and everything decided to... Now, you would think rocking him back this way. Nay. You're going to rock his feet toward the vents and the shins. So slam them toes up to his shin. Then we're going to take this entire mechanism and roll it. Now you've got a slot there and a tab there. roll it, and then you're going to have a tab right there on the wheel well and a slot right in the actual wrist guard to go up and into on both sides. Sometimes you gotta pop everything out to pop everything back in. It's a pain in the buttocks. But, end result is wonderful. This little janky Mad Max winged fling kind of rocky car aesthetic is awesome. I absolutely love every little bit of the gray on the gray on the gray with hints of black peeking through. It is actually awesome. Now what we can do is we're going to take his X and tab, not these long ones here, but the little ones on the sides right here by my thumb, not above my thumb. Ignore that one, right there, right there. We're going to go in that slot there and that slot there. Cram it right on the top. Now it looks kind of like a booster. The whole thing can act like a rocket, and you can actually put a part effect on there and whee! Don't have one for that, but hey, something you can do. There is something else you can do, and it involves conversion from Tonto covered rock truck to empty pickup truck by taking the axe, taking off said shins completely off. Now it's an empty back pickup truck. This is clever. Take the feet that we did earlier, pull those apart. Taking the same pegs we did before, that slot right there, that peg there, reattach everything right back onto said hammer axe. And now we're going to jam this thing straight into the port in the center of the bumper. And now we're going to make, now you could use these pegs, stick it on somebody and use them as a big old battering ram, or you can just use the whole truck as a driving battering ram himself. I mean, he doesn't have much weight in the rear end since he doesn't have, his junk in his trunk and his bed's now empty, but yeah, they can take out some Decepticons or Maximals or Autobots or whatever the Inferniacs fight and take them up by the legs. Sure. Works for me. Absolutely awesome. So my final thoughts on Infernac Universe Magneous is, do you need one in your collection? Great little play feature, great little vehicle, great little rock character. If you're a fan of Rock Lords, Inferniacs, Inhumanoids, or this play feature of the Weaponizers, damn Skippy, you need this thing in your collection. I kid you not, he is a great figure. Very creepy, very Decepticon-y, but also kind of Autobot-y, so he could fit in either version of your actual collection. They're very troop buildery, so you don't need to necessarily just get yourself one of each. You can get multiples of each. It's kind of like, Nas. Just go buy them all. It's like freaking Pokemon. Anywho, that's about enough said. I mean, if you're, you get them for $20, get them for $20. I think I spent $27.55 after tax. I think Walmart had them for like $5 or $10 off. It was weird. Anyways, that is my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun doodad stuff. And remember, be safe, stay healthy, love each other, love you old faces. Peace.